Askgaryvee. Ariana, it was so good to meet you last week. We had our sold-out premiere of Dreamgirl last night to 600 people at the Paris Theater. Got home at 4 o'clock, woke up at 8, now heading to brunch with my parents and then to Bloomberg for an interview. So my question for you is, when it's this kind of crunch time for an entrepreneur and you're in launch phase and you have so much to do and you're on the go and you're on the go, how do you recommend we rest during this really intense couple of weeks and sometimes months when we can't get that full 8 hours and when we're just go, go, go? Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Well, first of all, if something happens and you are shipping a product or about to get something done,
moments in time.
Moments in time.
Yes.
This is a moment in time and you didn't get your full night's sleep. Try and get 20 minutes of a nap as soon as you can during the next day. It will make you more productive the rest of the time. It resets your whole system.
Is that a, I apologize, is that a general thing? Because for me, I'll tell you, boy, if I took a 20, I'm a momentum guy. I was thinking about the mutation thing. I'm like, oh, I wonder if I'm a mutation.
You might be, you can check yourself.
I can?
Yeah, you can have a test. There's a genetic test.
I'm going to do that. And the reason I said that is, boy, I'm so momentum that if I was to take, and I know, and I've heard about the naps and like pods in offices, and I'm fascinated by this. I'm like, ooh, it's even tough for me to have a meal in the middle of the day because for me to get started, I can start, but to take a 20-minute nap, it's so different. I've taken I rarely take naps. I have a lot of natural energy. I get all that. Is that back to your thing that there's mutations, but for most people that will work? Like, can most people take naps?
Absolutely. I mean, look at Winston Churchill. I mean, we're talking about regular naps in the middle of fighting the Second World War.
Right.
In a bunker. Right. He had a way to take a nap.
Yes.
Charlie Rose, who has his morning show, his regular interview show, he takes 3 naps a day.
For how long? Do you know?
Just 20 minutes each. So when
have you started doing the nap thing?
I don't do naps because I get enough sleep. No. I now get 8 hours, 95% of the time.
Is that right? What about with the travel? Like you're going to Dallas tomorrow.
Okay,
right?
So here's the thing. Yeah. I can make sure that you get enough sleep even when you travel. You need a transition to sleep. That's the key. Okay, this is the most important thing I'm going to say, other than the fact that the science is in on sleep, right? We're not debating something.
Right, this is not subjective.
This is not subjective. This is not some Greek immigrant woman.
Right. Crazy idea. You're not from America, get out of here with this crap. Yeah.
You know, so
I was born in Belarus.
Belarus,
so I have
okay.
my own version.
I know, but you have no accent, which makes me feel bad.
Well, I came when I was 3.
It makes me feel I'm tone deaf, which maybe I am.
So go ahead.
But anyway, beyond the 50 pages of scientific endnotes, the most important thing I'm going to say is that we need a transition to sleep. If anybody who is watching has children, you know that you don't just drop your baby and your young child to bed. You give it a bath, you put it in its PJs, you sing it a lullaby.
Do you think the modern parents are doing way too much of that transition?
No, I think
I do. Some of these things have become 4 hours long.
Well, 4 hours is a little excessive. You sound like Chelsea Handler. Modern men and women have dropped the transition. The transition is you are texting, emailing, you put your phone by your bed, you turn off the light. And then what happens is that you may be exhausted enough to go to sleep, but your brain has not been given an opportunity to wind down, so it's going to wake you up in the middle of the night with all this inane chatter that is completely and utterly unproductive.
Is it possible that I'm a mutant because I can literally, even though I'm 1 second ago complete an insanity in my brain, that if I turn on my sound machine, will go to sleep immediately? Have I trained my body?
And you go immediately to sleep and you don't wake up.
That's right. Like a rock. You could literally come into my house, punch me in the face, and I will not wake up.
That means you're way too exhausted.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
It would make a lot of sense.
Literally. Yes. It means you remind me of me before I collapse.
I don't want to wake up in a pool of blood.
Let me tell you what would happen to me. I would literally, my friends would joke that they would go to a movie house with me. Before the movie started, I would be asleep. They would put me in a car, I would be asleep. Like I was so sleep deprived that the minute I was in any darkened place or I didn't have to function, I would fall asleep.
Yes. I don't do that. I've actually never fallen asleep.
Not a mutant. Okay, can we all agree?
I'm going to test myself. And honestly, by the way, I'm getting a lot more 7 and 6, 7 and 8 than anybody would imagine. And on weekends, I'll go 11. I think sleep is the
Now we're getting the truth,
Yeah.
okay?
No,
So you actually give yourself a lot of recovery.
What I'm doing is Monday through Friday, no question, that game can be 6 and 7. And when I play basketball, it could be even a little earlier because we have a 6 a.m. tip-off, so I have to get up at 5:30. But I almost consistently will try to make up time Friday night to Saturday, Saturday night to Sunday, Sunday. Like, I just don't know, like, it's just, I'm a big believer, that's all.
Yeah.
But now, I'm not worried about how much sleep they get. I'm worried about what they do while they're awake.
Okay, but the two things are connected because if you wake up fully recharged, it means you wake up ready to take on the world.
Yes.
You know that feeling?
Yes.
You wake up and you say, come on, bring it on. It doesn't matter how many obstacles, challenges, setbacks.
I prefer those things.
Okay, perfect. Well, Travis is a friend of yours.
Yes.
I just joined the board of Uber.
Yes.
Travis has a little bit of that. It's
Yes.
like he may be dealing with 30 crises at
Yes.
the same time.
He eats it for lunch.
But what happens, and here's the key, you just put something on your Facebook yesterday that I
Yes.
love, which is it's ultimately just business.
That's it.
It's not life and death.
That's right.
The people who have a hard time are the people who basically make it too important.
That's right.
Perspective is everything. And that's really what Stoic philosophers believe. Do you know who is my greatest hero other than you, Gary?
Yes.
I'll pick a dead person. Is Marcus Aurelius. I'll tell you why. He was the emperor of Rome.
Yes.
A pretty big job, you
Yes,
agree?
the
Like
job.
right in the arena, dealing with invasions, plagues, everything. And he was also a Stoic philosopher. And literally, nothing ever got to him. He wrote a book about it called Meditations that I have by my bed. And every time I'm beginning to get anxious about something or worried, I look at that book. And the fact is that he considered life as though everything that happened was a hidden blessing.
I agree with that.
It's like, I don't know why, I don't know how. But another favorite of mine, Rumi, the Persian poet, he said, live life as though everything is rigged in your favor.
I think optimism is the ultimate drug.
And we don't know. We don't really know enough about what's happening in life. So whatever happens,
Agreed.
I mean, for me, some of my biggest heartbreaks led to my biggest moments of joy and happiness and success.
India? Love that, Ariana. Love that. I believe in that stuff so much.